Welcome back to a family food supply and another how we used it video. Today we're going to be sharing with you some of our additional favorite fall meals.
And man, oh man, we have a lot of meals to go through in this video. Some of the meals included in this video are going to be the Big Apple chicken noodle soup, our homemade 100% fresh ground whole wheat crusty sourdough bread.
Say that 10 times fast. Holy mackerel.
And we have a cranberry rosemary chicken that is absolutely delicious.
Specifically designed for Christmas.
Dad, I got my sexy bag.
It's
Wow,
November.
you did such a good job. And just for you, for this evening, we're going to throw in an extra dinner. This one's special because it is something we've been talking about, have talked about, and showed before. But it's a twist on a regular Friday night tradition, which we're having on Sunday night because on Friday, I was not making dinner. She wasn't making dinner.
We went to bed.
Yeah. It is our cheeseburger salad with a twist known, I think we're going to call it the Cowboy. Yeah, I guess there's only way to show you is to get going on it. So let's do it.
And while Kevin and some of the other kids are working on the Cowboy, Harbor is going to get started with that sourdough bread. There's a lot of work. Most of the work comes the day before you actually bake it. And so she's gonna walk you through that process. I'm gonna say right now, this video is probably not going to have the in-depth, step-by-step detail that some of you are gonna want. And for that reason, we'll probably be putting together a separate video just on this. So let us know if you want more detail.
No. We know you want it.
All right. And I'm going to go find a barbecue sauce recipe because I was supposed to do that a few days ago.
I have a barbecue sauce.
I know you do, but I'm just going to go confirm. I'm going to look through our barbecue sauces that we've made in the past and just, yeah. Ooh, yeah. That was a good one, babe.
Next up is mayo. Oil. Dijon egg. That's about it.
No eggs.
Let's go get some.
No.
2 eggs. We'll save this for later time. Start with a splash of oil, mix that together, add your oil slowly. You don't want your stuff to separate because then you just have to start all over.
Okay, well, Dad is making cheeseburger salad. I'm going to get to work on my crusty sourdough bread. I have 7 cups of soft white wheat, 3 cups of warm water, some salt, my sourdough starter, and some yeast. My sourdough starter is not very bubbly, that is why I'm adding yeast. I'm going to add 7 cups of my hard white wheat that I just grew. Are you drinking? I'm going to add 7 cups of fresh ground hard white wheat. Okay, now I'm going to add my water and I'm going to let this sit for 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, normally cheeseburger salad has lettuce underneath it, making it salad. But since this is a Cowboy, we're going to line the bottom of our salad actually with coleslaw. So we're going to bang out making coleslaw. We have 1 red onion, 4 carrots, and a head of red cabbage fresh from Azure.
Okay.
Onion. Cut. Onion. In. Oh wait, we gotta make short work of this too.
It's done. Check it.
Okay.
Check it.
All right. We're gonna zip through it. I want you to look at the sunset. It's really cool. I lied. We're gonna do 5 carrots because one of them's kind of small. Do you remember how we wash the carrots to make sure we keep the stuff on? The stuff being the skin. The rag.
Okay, bread. I need.
Now,
Yeah.
mix.
I want you to come record me. That is making cheeseburger salad. I'm going to get to work on.
Remember that mayo we mixed up? In it goes. It's about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of mayo. Decent amount of pepper. A little bit of salt. Splishy splash paprika. Paprika. Since we got some heat going on top of this at the end, we're gonna start with a little bit of sweet. About 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. Mix. Okay, now that this is all mixed together, we're gonna go set this outside because it's about 28 degrees outside, just like in a fridge. We're gonna let all that come together. Okay, since we're outside and someone did not pick up charcoal the other day while we were at the storage unit, we're gonna use the Traeger because that's full of pellets. 385.
After I mixed my flour and water to hydrate, which has been about 20 minutes, I'm now going to add my salt, 1 tablespoon.
Is he on his roof?
My yeast, which is a 1/2 teaspoon. And then 1 cup of my sourdough starter.
What? Just a plate. Nope, stay out of the helper station, doesn't.
And now I'm going to mix this. The way I'm going to mix this is just by poking basically holes into the dough with the sourdough. I'll fold this a few times and just mix it until it's smooth with this system. I mixed my dough to the point where it's nice and smooth and doughy. A good dough consistency, as you can see. And now I'm gonna let that rise in a warm place for about 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna stretch and fold it, and I'm gonna do that again, and another 20 minutes after that. I'm gonna repeat the process 3 to 6 times. This is not gonna sit as long as I would like it to. It's probably gonna sit for 3 to 4 hours.
Okay,
And go.
just follow me up. We're gonna do a bunch of pellets. Decent amount of salt. Enough pepper to make you sneeze. And toss. Whoa, not that. Let's try that again. A little bit of garlic.
It's here. Come on.
In the oven, 375. We're gonna go 2 layers, 1 on top, 1 on the bottom. So, the way this is gonna work
You're gonna use the foot.
is we're gonna set a timer for 20 minutes. We're gonna rotate them. This way, they evenly cook.
Where's the rest of that?
Let's check on our potatoes. Time to play.
Switcheroo.
Musical potatoes. Okay, now we've got the slaw doing its thing. We got the Traeger prepping. It's time to form out our burger patties. Now, since we have 9 of us eating here tonight, we make 9 burgers. 3 pounds I can make into 9 burgers perfectly every time because it's simple. They come in 1 pound packets. So I take 1, cut it in half. Skadoosh, 1/2 pound patty. 2 lucky you guys will get a 1/2 pound patty. Myself being one of them. And then we'll do 2, nope. We'll do 3 1/3 pound patties.
Then 4.
And then 4 1/4 pound. I like to get these going well before the time to grill them, because when you grill them when they're cold, they kind of go, ah! And they don't like
To stick.
they don't like to do what they're supposed to do, and that's be delicious. Now check out the sunset. We're just gonna let these guys hang out over here. Okay. Okay, the time you've all been waiting for. What on earth is gonna make this cheeseburger salad so special? Well, this right here. Cutco knives. Just kidding. It is going to be fried. Yes, fried cream cheese. Mmm.
It just stays whole.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna slice this in about 3/8 inch chunks. Not quite ½ inch. We're gonna dredge it in flour. We're gonna dip it in the egg, coat it in the breadcrumbs, let it to rest, and then we're gonna fry it. These pans are heating up. That's starting to smoke, so I'm gonna turn that down just a smidge. We're gonna take some of our fresh home ground flour. Oh, there's junk in there. Fresh ground flour. That's about ½ cup. 3 eggs. We got those whisked up, looking good. We're gonna throw a little bit of paprika, little bit of salt, little bit of pepper. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. This might not want to cooperate, so we're gonna try again.
Do you want me
No,
to get...
okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I told Christy this was probably gonna happen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to form this
Do like a little burger patty?
like little miniature burger patties, exactly. Okay, that's okay. I was totally prepared for that. It's worth it because this cream cheese is amazing. So this is gonna be a little bit more time consuming. I'm not gonna take you through the whole, each piece, but we'll take you through one.
Yeah.
Dredge it in flour. Shake that off. Hand me a fork, please. Thank you. Sorry. Turn this guy over. You want to make sure you get each spot covered. And if it doesn't, flip it again. Oh, we're separating. We're falling apart. Into the breadcrumbs you go. Coat till perfection. That's the secret right there. We're gonna let that rest. It all just kind of hardens together and is nice and crispy. Then we're gonna fry it up there. That's a little thick. I'm gonna make them a little thinner. They can stay together. We'll be back when all of this is done. Okay, I've made fried cream cheese before. I'm never using that brand of cream cheese to do that again. Because as you see, most of these fell apart. I got a couple that came out the right way. That's a mess. So, pans are nice and warm. Christy's come out to hear my report on the cream cheese. Oil in the pan. We're gonna give a hefty layer because we are frying. It's essentially like deep frying. I should have put that in earlier, but I didn't. So we're gonna let that heat up for a second.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, fry time. Really carefully. Dump a lot of breadcrumbs all over the floor. In. You want that sizzle. Here we go. That pan is not nearly hot enough.
Yeah, compared to...
That's what you want right there. So I'm gonna turn that way up.
Dad, can you guys make me come upstairs, please?
Zane and Matthew, please come here. I've flipped the cream cheese. It stayed together. That's sweet. Check it out.
Take it back! No!
We have a protest. She wants to keep the cream cheese. I will be the deciding factor. If this is just unbelievable, I might be willing to go through that ridiculous labor again. I wish I had that picture of what it looked like. There was cream cheese everywhere. The one thing that I'm concerned about is how thick it is, because it's a little bit, I mean, this is well over a ½ inch thick, so they have to cook a long time to really get the full gooey,
chewy
inside smeared all over the place. So, while these are cooking, I'm gonna take my pepper, my salt, and my garlic, and I'm going to season the jabibers out of the meat. And then we're gonna put it on some heat. Okay, the secret to a delicious burger is the seasoning. Honestly, having really good quality ground beef is really helpful as well. But lay the seasoning on nice and heavy.
vacuum the stair.
Flip and repeat. Okay, and all the excitement of what's going on, I completely forgot to oil the burgers. The oiling of the burgers helps to bind all the seasoning to it really, really well. Sometimes I just forget. But, hang on, Breslin, a pinch of paprika. Because I can. Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna set these guys over here. We're gonna clear the island, we're gonna get all of our plates set out, and then we're gonna go through and put the coleslaw on the plates so that when everything is ready, that comes off the pan and off the grill, we can just serve it, boom, 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 boom. And then we can finish it with something special. Babe, I have a January meal for us.
What?
Crab cakes.
It just got incredibly dark over there.
Out on the deck, Asher?
But then over here, it's not even as bright as it looks like it is on here on camera.
All right, let's do this. We're smoking. Oh yes. Boom, shakalaka. Okay, while the last of our cheese is getting cooked and the burgers are on the grill, I'm going to take a gamble that I can finish this homemade barbecue sauce beforehand. Okay, 3 tablespoons of molasses. 2, whoops, 3 with a little extra. Oh no. Oh no. 2.
What are we doing now?
Adding 5 tablespoons of honey.
A cup of tea.
Ah!
Okay, a cup of tea.
That's a couple tablespoons of honey.
How many more?
Okay. That's about 5 tablespoons, maybe a little more. Burger flipping time. Burgers on the grill. It's gonna be a thrill. That was a song my dad used to sing when I was about your age. The camera guy, not you. Okay, 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I got rid of my tablespoon measurer. I guess I'm at the eyeball how much coconut aminos that goes in. That's about a tablespoon. Okay, Zayden, quiet. Zayden, quiet for a second. I love these single lid units. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. In. 1 teaspoon of salt. You can find this recipe in the condiments and salad dressings section of the recipe pack for November. About 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Whisk. I chose a very shallow pan so I can bring this to a simmer quickly. Let's take this over to the heat.
Hey, Dad.
Hold on, Breslin. We're gonna heat that until the burgers are done. I totally missed an ingredient. 2 tablespoons of mustard. I'm going with just traditional.
Eyeball.
Okay, we'll call that 2 tablespoons.
Is this going to be for cooking? Dad, I can have it?
Yes, you may have that.
Yummy.
Okay, burger time. Wait. Asher likes his burger like a hockey puck.
I don't exactly like it like a hockey puck. I like it a little bit in between. So put it on for a little bit.
This is gonna be Asher's.
While he's over there being obnoxious, finishing up plating dinner, we're gonna strain this fire cider that we started just over 3 weeks ago and give it a little taste. You don't want to lose any of this goodness that's in here.
We're gonna give the slaw a toss, and then we're gonna start plating. Everything is smelling so good. The The burgers are stinking up the house. The slaw has a nice, sweet, acidic-y kind of smell to it. The fried cream cheese makes it smell like a bar.
Hey, Mom.
What?
Mom.
All right, burgers on.
On the burger and underneath the cheese.
We got little burgers for little people. We got bigger burgers for bigger people.
All right, you ready, Harbor?
Okay, time for the barbecue to shine.
Let me get over here.
Literally, it's gonna shine because it's got so much honey and stuff in there. All right,
I know you were
the Cowboy.
quiet.
We're gonna strain this fire cider that we started.
Okay, for the
How much
finale,
money? A lot.
Cowboy candy.
Thank goodness. I was
Coming
not expecting you.
hot.
Just.
Okay, so we're gonna warm up this honey so that it mixes in well with the fire
was going like
cider.
that.
I'm gonna start with 1 cup and see how everybody likes it.
That's what I did.
If it's tolerable. Who wants to try the fire cider straight before I put any honey?
Dad does.
Alright, just.
You want to try first?
No, you can try it.
Hold on.
And then me.
Dun, dun, dun. You don't need to drink
I
all
try
of it.
first?
Just take a sip.
Can I try first?
Did you get his reaction?
Yeah. It makes my belly just go. Take a rest.
Yeah, buddy.
Who did drink the rest of it?
Linda, you want to try the fire cider?
Let me try it.
Oh, you're supposed to try it?
Mom.
Oh, I missed it.
Don't smell when you're tasting. Takes a second to get there, but man, that is hot.
Like spicy? And when it gets done.
Does Lyndon like it?
Try it.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Try shutting the door. It takes a second, doesn't it? She's growling.
Alright, come on, Kristen.
Yeah.
Growler.
1 cup of sugar, or 1 cup of honey. Well,
Wait, is this it? Thanks. Mom?
Potato
Where's
wedges
the beef?
done.
Okay, so I
Little
get to be
crispy.
like hot. Me guys, this one is mine.
Take it. Oh.
it's still spicy, but it's definitely more bearable.
You know what? I took like a smaller.
I'll give you $2 if you drink the rest of it after. Actually,
Do more.
oh wait. I'll take that back because I know you can do it.
I just ate 2 cowboy candies.
Azure, if you drink it all, I'll give you $1. Yeah, clap.
Okay. Potato tots.
Potato tots.
Can we get some napkins?
That bowl was the fun.
So you please scooch over.
Okay, the moment has arrived.
So I want to try everything like individually. Is that okay?
And then all together.
Yes, that's fine.
Like I want to try
Hey, Dad.
the barbecue sauce. It's really good.
Cool.
And now I'll just do.
Dad.
Go for it.
Dad, what's my plate?
That one.
This one?
Yep.
And goes all the cowboy candy.
Fries?
Huh?
Why do I have none fries?
You can have one. There you go. How's the burger cooked?
It's It's beautiful.
Looks good.
Cool.
All right, ready?
There's a
I didn't get
sitting here.
I didn't get any coleslaw on it, but I got 3 things.
Yeah, I made Christy try everything before I tried it. Nope, go sit down in your seat. Don't touch those, please.
That is so good.
You're sitting next to
Sweet.
one.
Here we go.
Robert, you're sitting
What's everybody think?
Aslan.
Is it radical?
Robert.
Awesome.
Robert, scoot over too. No, then you're not sitting here.
Zayden. Go sit there.
Look,
Nope.
I enjoy posting.
The
It's really
seat
good.
arrangement has not been switched.
No, I didn't.
All right, I'm curious. Who's gonna commit to having a shot of fire cider every day?
Me.
Asher is?
But we get paid?
Elias will?
$1 every day.
No, he's not gonna give you $1 every
I
day.
was afraid because it's hot.
Okay, so the consensus has been reached that the fried cream cheese needs to be done with the brick of cream cheese. I'm pretty sure that the brick of cream cheese that you get from Azure is, I think it's maybe a little bit more processed. That gets it to the point that when you heat it up, it's gooey. Whereas this one is a little bit more, I don't know, raw and natural. And so it more curdles. Like it almost curdles when it gets heated up. So we'll be giving the other cream cheese a try. Otherwise, it might be like a couple times a year meal where we have to go with the Philadelphia cream cheese. We will see.
Thirsty.
Hold on.
You did the food.
I gotta reveal it! Ready for the big reveal?
It is the end of the night. It is after 8 o'clock and I am so ready for bed. Okay, so one of the things that cooking from scratch requires is a lot of planning.
Resolve.
Planning.
Resolve.
Planning and organization. And so for all of you moms or dads or whoever is in charge of the organizing and the planning of the meals, something that I highly recommend is setting aside a chunk of time each day and each week, putting it on your calendar and setting some really solid boundaries around that time to use for the planning that you need to do. Technically, I'm not just talking about meals, I'm talking about everything else too. But if you don't set that time aside, it will not happen. So we have our plan for meal baskets and for tomorrow. And we're gonna go through and make sure that we have adequate meal baskets to make what we are making tomorrow. So let's get started with our Big Apple. We've got our butter, apples, eggs. Milk is in the refrigerator right here. And then we're gonna make the brown sugar and I've got some apple pie spice and some cinnamon over there. We're gonna grind our wheat in the morning and we'll be good. So, Big Apple Pancake, done. Chicken noodle soup. We're gonna actually do 2 batches of chicken noodle soup. Chicken soup without the noodles for one because we're gonna be pressure canning some of it. So we need the 4 chickens, which actually are gonna come out of the meal basket because had we done some real planning, we would have taken these out yesterday and they would have gone in the refrigerator, but now they're gonna go in the sink in water overnight. We're gonna need 24 carrots. Oh. 24 carrots. We've got some half open bags. Okay, so we got the chickens over there. We've got the carrots. I've got my 2 heads of garlic. I'm gonna grab 6 onions that we just brought up from the basement. 2, 3, 6 onions. You're gonna put those. We have all of our herbs and spices picked out over here because finding the herbs and spices is, again, as we've talked, huge pain point. Got them all out so they're ready to go for tomorrow. Normally I would just leave them in there since they're easily accessible, but since they're not. And then we're gonna need milk, eggs, and fresh ground flour, which is in our flour or our grain cabinet under here. So those are all gonna be ready to go tomorrow to make the noodles. So we've got our chicken noodle soup there. Kevin is stealing the chicken for the rosemary cranberry chicken.
Cranberry rosemary.
Cranberry rosemary chicken. We've got the chicken, we've got the cranberries, we've got our oranges. Technically this is 2 oranges, but since they're clementines, we're gonna do 6. And then we're gonna use honey. I'm gonna grab the white wine vinegar. No, I'm not. I'm gonna leave the white wine vinegar in there. Stuff like that that's easily accessible doesn't necessarily need to go into the meal basket. I'm more going for stuff that comes from the garage or the basement.
Or the spice cabinet.
Or the spice cabinet for now.
What is some in this bowl?
And then I'm gonna say, and then we've got our dried ginger, nutmeg, salt, smoked paprika, chili powder, allspice, and pepper. What I did not mention over here with the chicken noodle soup is that somehow we used all of our celery. And that we're about out of garlic. So I'm going to be placing a grocery order tomorrow. Our
Mega
monthly grocery haul has failed. I've ordered thyme a few different times.
It just doesn't come.
And it's a
You know
problem.
what? We should check the garden.
I bet you we should check the garden.
We might be able to find a little bit of thyme and rosemary in there.
Yeah.
Because those, like, even the sage is like.
Sage is crazy.
Will you grab the Delicata Squash and see if we have any green beans that are...
Yeah, we need green beans.
And then Harbor is going to be making a cream cheese pumpkin roll. It's going to be delicious. So we've got eggs. We've got our cream cheese. We have butter. Babe, stop. Is that all we got? Yes?
Yes.
We have our pumpkin. Sugar is in the working pantry. You didn't grab the baking powder, which is okay. Pumpkin
I
pie
did.
spice. Oh, is it over there?
Oh yeah.
Did you put it back?
That's possible. I put it back.
Okay, so we have breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert,
/ snack.
and we're going to be making some elderberry syrup.
Okay, I'm going to prep my bowls for my dough. In that one and in this one. I did just stretch this a few minutes ago. I'm not gonna let it go the full time right now. I'm gonna let it sit in the bowl for a few minutes to rise inside the bowl. Kind of experiment.
Cool.
You can feel the bubbles in here. You can see the bubbles coming up as I cut this. And I'm gonna shape it. And then put it inside of these bowls. And now I'm just gonna let this sit here for a few minutes to rise for a few more minutes so that they get a little bit more bubbles.
And then what?
Then I'm gonna put saran wrap over it so that it's got a tight seal and then refrigerate that overnight.
We are going to get started this morning by making a baked apple. We used to go to a restaurant called the Original Pancake House. There's actually one in Michigan and there's one here in Colorado. I don't know where else they are in the country, but man oh man, they have, I think it's called the Big Apple there. It's called the Big Apple at one of them. Anyway, we have worked on duplicating it and then worked on transforming it to a whole grain recipe, and I'm pretty happy with what we've come up with. This one does include brown sugar, which
It's okay.
It's okay. We're going to triple the recipe. This is one of those recipes, normally I will write the recipe to the size that we need, but since what we're gonna do is the main recipe is meant to fit into a cast iron skillet, So I do one in a cast iron and then I do one doubled in a roasting pan. So we're gonna work on that. Asher's gonna get started cutting up the apples. And we're also gonna get the chicken. You're gonna help get the chicken washed and get that going in the pot. 1.5 cups. So yes, just plan on 2 cups. I'm going to preheat the oven to 450.
Go for this big one.
So I'm going to do my batter for the single batch in here, my double batch in here. I'm going to do 3 eggs and 6 eggs. Next we've got 1 teaspoon of maple syrup. So we're going to do 1 in here, and we're going to do 2 over here for a double batch. Alright, I'm going to do a pinch of salt, 1, 2 pinches of salt. This one. We're going to do a 1/2 cup of milk over here. 1 cup of milk right here. And then we're going to do 1 cup of freshly ground soft white wheat in this one, and then the 1/2 cup over here. 1/2 cup. I've noticed that this does look a little bit lumpy when you stir it up, and it's totally okay. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of apple pie spice in this one, and about 1/2 teaspoon in this one. I'm gonna leave my extra butter here by the stove top so that if we do need to add butter to these apples as they are sauteing, we can do so. I'm also going to take 1 tablespoon of butter per recipe, so about 3 tablespoons, and put it in a bowl along with, I believe it's the 6 tablespoons of brown sugar. 6. And this is going to be the topping. And as soon as that starts cooking down, nope, I'm going to take it. Okay. As soon as that starts cooking down, we're going to add a tablespoon of brown sugar here and 2 tablespoons over here. I'm also going to do about just under a teaspoon of apple pie spice. It's a 1/4 teaspoon per batch. So this is the consistency we're looking for with the topping, where you kind of see the little like tiny peas of butter still, so that it can melt and create a little bit of a gooiness when we pour it on the Big Apple.
How about in my tail?
It's really important that these get disconnected.
I've been trying to get them disconnected. They were like balloons.
They might require a second.
Try getting those.
Alright, so our apples have been cooking for about that 10 minutes. They're getting nice and soft. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar over here. And then
4 right here.
4 over here. I might have said 1 and 2, but
I don't know.
earlier.
Mom,
This is going to be
when
keeping
you're done,
to make up for that.
Mom,
Asher's going to stir them up.
I say we need more butter.
And then we're going to pour the batter in.
And then we're going to pour the batter in.
Mom,
And see, we've got a nice liquidy batter
it will spread.
that I'm going to pour in. Rosalind, what are you doing?
Mayonnaise spice or...
Okay.
Response to your mother's question, I've been doing it for a while.
Why is it funny?
Alright, so we're going to set a timer for 10 minutes. Let that bake undisturbed for 10 minutes. And then we're going to pour that crumble over the top and let it bake for about another 10 minutes.
And we're going to clean up.
And now that the cooktop is open, we're gonna get this chicken boiling on the stove.
Go.
Alright, so we are at our 10 minutes.
This one is perfect.
And I did put this in the refrigerator to make sure that it stayed all nice and crumbly.
Azure, Grayson.
So we're gonna pull.
Grayson.
Grayson, will you grab some hot pads?
Yep.
Okay, this is perfect. This one. Oh, my precious.
You want me to hold them?
Breslin, move back. You're gonna burn yourself. I'm gonna set another timer for 10 minutes.
Dad, this food fills up really quickly.
Yeah, music playing well. Fun.
Alright, ready?
You want to wash these?
No.
Stop.
You can't use soap. You should have right for her.
She was doing fine.
See? Yeah, sugar in it. Say stop.
Alexa, I'm gonna let it stop.
What?
We have 20 slices of Big Apple.
Over here, Kate. Are you having letters for me?
No. Breslin, hey, I'm having my tea that I...
Mom,
Can
give
you
me two
put that over
scoops.
there?
2 scoops, Mom.
2 scoops?
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Alright, so we're gonna do our tablespoon of salt. If you're ever thinking about getting an extra of something, I highly recommend it. Like an Instant Pot, or a big giant stock pot, or a roasting pan, or a crock pot, or any of that stuff, because
Even a pressure canner?
you'll use it. I do want a second pressure canner, but I want an electric pressure canner. And then we're gonna do 4 bay leaves, about 4 bay leaves.
An extra one.
Here.
Don't splash it.
I'm gonna put the lids back on, and they're gonna cook for about an hour.
Elias, stop.
Our chicken has cooked for its hour, and I am removing them, throwing them on baking dish, try and let them drain. No, don't. A little bit.
Yeah, I'm getting sick.
And then this one, the froth was really bad. This one, it's not. I removed the froth with a spider strainer. And that one, I think.
I don't know if it's hot for you, but.
So now we're gonna add the veggies. I've got
So I put the nail polish.
celery coming.
Yeah, I thought.
So I've got 3 whole. Hold on. Quality control check. 3 whole onions chopped going in. Going in to pot number 2. Okay. 12 chopped carrots going in.
I have a perfect drawer for London.
12 carrots is about 2.5 pounds. Farmer is working on the garlic. Let's check out our handy dandy
Look at this. You're missing that kind of skin.
chicken noodle soup. Add chicken, boil, remove the chicken.
And then you got 2.
Add onion, garlic, carrots, celery, parsley, thyme, marjoram, rosemary, sage, pepper, and pepper flakes to the pot and continue to simmer. So I'm going to add all of the seasons. Harbor finishes dicing up the garlic.
You need me to go look for thyme and rosemary.
I have some coming. Okay, we're going to let these cool down. And then Kevin is going to pick the meat off of them. And I wonder, I think I'm just going to set this here. And otherwise,
Zayden,
Okay.
please stop.
we're going to do 2 teaspoons of rosemary, 1 tablespoon of marjoram, 2 teaspoons of sage.
While Christy's filling up the parsley in the container that's inside the trashed spice cabinet, I wanted to remind you that if you're interested in the recipe pack, there's more information you can get with the link in the description below.
I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of parsley.
In each.
I am usually very generous with my herb measurements.
Yes, I saw the sage was very heaping.
Herbs are just so good for you that yeah.
They're not herbs.
2.
They're herbs.
Do we have the ground pepper? 2 teaspoons of pepper. A tiny bit of crushed red pepper flakes. So it's a teaspoon of each.
Excuse me.
Fresh thyme from the garden. Hooray.
In November.
How much is left of it?
A decent number, but a decent amount of it. You can't touch it.
Just don't let Boris. He doesn't care. He wants to carrot.
Boris, out.
No, you can't go over there.
Dad, I mean.
So I'm gonna give this a good stir. So as soon as the celery gets here, we're gonna have that in, and this is just gonna cook until lunchtime.
Okay, now the chicken has finally been cooled. It's still really warm, but it's cool enough, so I'm gonna take off the skin. I'm gonna take out all the meat and throw it back in the pot. 2 chickens, 2 pots. No, 2 chickens per pot. This is what we got going on right here. Okay, the celery from the grocery store, plus some other groceries, have arrived. I was just thinking about it. I'm out of something, like celery. And I say to myself, I need celery. I make a phone call, I go onto the computer, something, and then within a few minutes, an hour or 2, I then have exactly what I need. What an amazing blessing and world that is that we live in. I mean, I don't even know what to think. Anyway, chicken is all shredded in the pots. We're gonna cut this up and throw that in.
Okay, so Kevin's helping me by pulling jars out of the counter that are warmed up, and then we're adding just like a heaping teaspoon of this chicken broth powder from Azure. When we made this the last time for our trial run, we talked about the fact that we're used to bone broth that simmers and cooks overnight, if not for an entire day. And when you make the chicken noodle soup, you just throw the chicken in there, and it just kind of gets like the surface level by cooking the chicken in the pot. And so it's not that hearty, deep bone broth that we're used to. And we talked about, like, we could add bone broth to it, and that would be one way to do it. You could cook the chicken in bone broth, but that kind of feels like it's utilizing a lot of resources to get something that you're going for. So we tried adding some of this chicken broth powder, and it's delicious. Although I'm not 100% on the ingredients in the chicken broth powder. I looked at them briefly, and I said, that's a few more ingredients than what I normally like to buy. Because I just bought it from Azure thinking, it's Azure, it's great. And so if anybody has any suggestions on the ingredients that are in the chicken broth powder, we stopped buying Better Than Bouillon because of what was in that. And I'm curious if there's really any difference. So I'm starting just with my veggies and chicken, kind of getting everything evenly distributed. If I were to start by using my ladle and trying to get all of everything in there at once, they would be incredibly disproportionate. So I like to allocate as best as I can. I was able to get some work done, and they were able to finish up the chicken noodle soup once the celery got here. And now we're gonna make some elderberry syrup. So super easy, especially with this. This is a combination of the ginger, cinnamon, and cloves that we add to our elderberry syrup. When this is already mixed up, we're just gonna add this and some elderberries. We're gonna simmer it in a pot, and then once it's done and cooled down, below that 110-degree level, because you don't want to kill the raw honey, we will then add the honey, bottle it, and put it in the fridge. I'm curious if you have tried canning or preserving your elderberries. I've read some information on how to do it. I am more concerned about the fact that doing so is going to kill the honey and what it's going to do to just the syrup in general. I've thought about canning just the elderberry mixture and then adding honey to it. So, well, let's not spill my tea.
Get down.
So I'm curious if you have any thoughts on what the best way is to preserve elderberry syrup so that you don't have to make it once a month. It lasts longer than that in the fridge, but you know, I'd love to just do a giant batch of it and be done for a little while. So, all right, so we're gonna double the recipe here. So it's 3/4 cup. We're gonna add 1.5 cups of elderberries. And then it says 3 to 4 cups of water. So we're gonna go with 8 cups of water. Just gonna grab a 1/2 gallon.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So there's 1 cup. You wanna dump it?
Yeah, there's a little bit of
It's
extra.
fine. There's also a little bit of under. And then do you wanna hold that up?
Yeah.
Like right there. We're gonna go for a 1/2 cup.
I'm Kissy.
We're using a 1/2 teaspoon to measure 3 tablespoons. So we're gonna go with 6, no.
Yeah. No.
No.
Every.
Like 3, hold on,
We got all of
4,
the cool parts.
Cool, dude.
5, 6. There's 1 tablespoon.
We need a whip.
That we're gonna call half. We're gonna call this a double batch. We'll call it good. So technically, you could use raw ginger, you could use cinnamon sticks, and you could use whole cloves. And if I were going to put together a pack, that is probably what I would make in it. But this makes it super easy.
Breslin?
Excuse me, sorry. This is gonna simmer for about 45 minutes. Lid on. You got it on?
No.
Yep, careful.
This is a knife.
Cool. Smells like elderberry syrup.
It smells so good. I love elderberry syrup.
Yeah.
While we're sitting here waiting for these jars to warm up, you know what we should do?
I have an idea or two.
What?
I have an idea or two.
What is your idea? Does it include something spicy?
Oh yeah. So spicy. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's it? That's all you're doing? What? Dun 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 dun. My jawbones tickled watching you drink that.
It amazes me.
I want to taste it.
Okay, hold on, sweetie.
It's not right away.
It builds. Woo.
Is it yummy? Do you kind of feel like your insides might fall out? Is that enough for you?
I don't know why you guys are
Oh, babe.
waiting for something big. I think it tastes good.
My eyes are watering a little.
What?
I said my eyes are watering a little.
My eyes watered a little, but it's amazing. It was that honey really cuts that zing down a lot.
Yeah, it does.
That's the first time I tried it since the honey was added. Just drink it straight, dude. It's amazing how it percolates the stomach.
I know, like I said, it feels like your insides are gonna fall out.
No, it doesn't feel like it's gonna fall out.
Just a few drops. I'll take a few drops.
Okay.
Do it again.
Are you gonna drink it all?
Finish it. Finish it.
Yeah.
All right, Harvard's working on the noodles now. Take it away.
For the egg noodles, I have some soft white wheat flour, dried chives, salt, eggs, and milk. I'm gonna mix all that together in this mixer. I have extra frozen soft white wheat that I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna add 4 cups of soft white wheat. I need 4 eggs. So I'm gonna crack it into here so I make sure I don't have any eggshells. Watch, we're gonna just crack them into here.
Me too.
But you wanna hold the shells?
No. I'm gonna try the broth. I'm too fat. Is it
Yes, you
yummy?
guys.
Well, we do eat it out of the soup.
Alright, so there, we're good. There's no shells in here. Zin.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna dump that in.
Maybe a little bit more salt. Yeah.
No, just hold it right here.
Here, you clean it. I'm good at cracking eggs. I'm not good at cracking eggs. I am the master. No. I am the master. The master. The master.
All right, give us an update.
So we're testing again the ForJars and the Superb canning lids. I try and evenly distribute them throughout the canner, so I've got like a 4-jar and a Superb up here at the top. I've got 6 cans of soup, and I've got 3 cans of broth. And I dumped my vinegar in there because we have hard water. And now I'm going to put the lid on. Oh, perfect timing because my elderberry syrup is done. So I'm going to turn off the heat on that guy.
Okay, my bread is done. I'm gonna pull that out. Take the bread out, and then put the pot with the lid back in the oven.
Why do you need this?
Because the lid is really hot.
Oh, that little delicious.
That bread.
That looks really good.
That bread.
Hey, babe.
I'm not sure if that was supposed to be
What?
on there.
You know.
I want to take what's in there and just dump it in there.
Okay.
Alright, I have 3.
Wait, I didn't take the lid off.
The bread.
I'll turn it off, Ben.
That almost was really bad.
Where do you want it?
On the, you can put it over there.
Oh,
I don't think the ergonomics of that is gonna work. Hold on.
I know, I'm like,
this part. Right
I
here.
can, let Elias just hold on.
Perfect. Good. Homer, cook.
You know what I
Cook
said?
up.
I said.
Cook.
Okay.
I could just drink that.
Yep, so there were 9.5 quarts
Zayden and Breslin Hope.
in that pot.
I have 9 tablespoons of milk, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 to 4 tablespoons of dried chives. You can use fresh. We just don't have any right now, so I'm using dried.
Oh, that's. It isn't more what was in those things. Chives.
Alright, turn it on. 1, 2, 3.
4.
3. Slowly.
One more?
Turn it on. Turn it on 1.
Zayden, Breslin.
Okay, now that my dough for my noodles is incorporated, I'm going to pull it out and put it on my floured surface. Before I do that, I'm actually going to divide it in half and then divide these ones in half. So you have 4 different parts of your dough.
Elias, that's how it works. No,
Okay, ready? I just dusted this nice and smooth and thin. You want these really thin. I'm going to cut these into 1/2-inch strips.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm trying to get that. Hold on. Alright, I'm going to put these on a plate so that they can sit until we add them to our soup. It's a few minutes before lunch. Our soup is about done. I'm going to add the noodles and let those cook for a few minutes.
Just one big blob?
Oh, I'm going to mix them up a little bit.
Okay, second loaf, halfway done being made. Steamed back. That's got some heat. Yes, you can tell from there. Careful.
We're out of that.
Oh, it's getting there. Alright, soup's done.
Grayson,
Bread's already cut up. It's really yummy. Woo! What's up, Rosen?
Yes!
Cool. There's the chicken noodle soup.
One soup.
No.
Getting there.
Will you get me a water pack?
Mom, are you ready to snack today?
Yes.
I will get it for you.
No.
Nobody need Berkey.
Dad,
That's
Mom's taking a nap. Could we watch the Hobbits?
Dad.
The next Hobbit?
Yes.
Help, Dad.
What I told you. Mom.
What are you doing?
Trying to be sneaky, moving bowls around?
Yes.
Mom,
Looks like you have a mustache, Breslin.
which one is yours?
Hey, little bud.
Why is there water in here?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. It's hot. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
The broth powder will not hurt, but I don't think it necessarily needs it.
Okay.
Good job on the noodles, Harbor.
Yeah.
Thank you. Butter next.
Me.
A little piece of the. Here, have it. Not God. God's not dead, son.
Hey, he's also in for a movie.
That's all that you want?
Because I didn't want to
He plays in for a movie.
a lot on mine.
Okay.
Boy. Alright, do it.
Like, I was surprised.
Lunch is cleaned up, and now I'm going to start working on my cream cheese pumpkin roll. To start with that, I'm going to preheat my oven. I'm going to preheat the oven to 375. Got my cookie sheet, and I'm going to prep it by spreading butter across it and then putting flour across the top. So last time I used oil, which just did not work. I have 3 eggs that I'm going to crack into this bowl, and I'm going to beat them for 5 minutes.
Yep. 2/3. Mix.
Slowly pour. You can pour faster than that.
Try to get it.
I'm going to add 3/4 cup of flour. I'm using soft white wheat. 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Mix just till combined. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt.
Oh, there's 2 taps.
I see it now.
This one is the dirty one. Probably this. zebras, Dad.
Cool. Look at those rebas.
Zebras.
Oh, there's zebras now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Monkeys.
Okay, while Harbor is finishing up the cream cheese pumpkin rolls and licking all the dishes clean, I wanted to remind you of the November recipe pack giveaway. All I want you to do is to go down in the comments below and let us know what your favorite Thanksgiving dish is. Let us know in the comments below your favorite Thanksgiving dish.
It's like a cartoon.
It does look like a cartoon.
Now this is gonna bake for 15 minutes. While the cake is baking, I'm going to make my filling. It's called a cake.
Why are you making a cake?
Start with 8 ounces of cream cheese. And
Quarter cup of butter.
Quarter cup of butter. Alright, the powdered sugar is made and she's mixing that to the thing. About how much powdered sugar is going in there, daughter?
A cup.
And probably a little less than a cup because a lot of it's getting in my mouth, flying around the air.
And 1 teaspoon or so of vanilla. You're gonna add a little bit more vanilla. Alright, my timer just went up and it smells so good. Not good.
How much more time?
Probably like 2 minutes.
Okay. Done?
Whoa! You did that!
I'm gonna powder this and then get a towel. Make sure I thoroughly powder this, otherwise it will stick to the towel. You're gonna put the towel on.
You wrap it in the plastic?
What?
You wrap the plastic with it?
Not plastic.
Parchment, whatever.
Yes.
Oh, that's easy.
Well, this part is.
Nope, keep trying, keep trying.
And that's just gonna sit until it's cool.
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 Welcome back to the kitchen. Okay, it is that time of day where we are in the last like 10 to 15 minutes of the sunlight, which also is our prepping dinner time. It actually might be a little less than 10 minutes. We'll see. So tonight we have the cranberry rosemary chicken. It looks like Christmas. It smells like Christmas. I don't know why we're eating it in the fall. Maybe because the mom is just obsessed with Christmas. So what we're going to do for sides is we're going to do some Delicata Squash along with this bag. No, just kidding. Green beans. Green beans. So we have some rosemary, a bunch of seasonings, some chicken. We're going to cut up the chicken. We're going to mix up some berries. Harbor's going to assist. Right, Harbor?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's suns in my eyes.
Sun's in your eyes? What on earth does this mean? What do you mean the sun's in your eyes, huh? Okay. Alright. Again, whole chicken cut up anatomy. Super easy. Let the chicken do the work for you. Thigh. Actually, that's going to go back on the plate. You want to do the smoothie part?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I like to do all of the smoothie part. All of.
That sun is almost gone.
Whole oranges?
2 tablespoons of olive oil.
Alright, 3 chickens cut up. Now, I'm going to take these and just freeze them. So I'll be right back. While Harbor is putting in 1 and a quarter cup of honey into the cranberries.
Dad, what is this?
1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg.
1, 2.
It takes like 4 oranges to make one, and he wants 2 oranges.
Okay. Well, you're getting seeds in.
It's okay, they're gonna get ground up.
That's not okay.
The spices. We need 1 teaspoon of paprika. 1/2 of a teaspoon of allspice. In case you don't know what allspice is, it's a spice for everything. Allspice. 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of ginger, dried. Fresh rosemary sprigs. Take the leaves off. Throw them in. Whole leaves. Yes. A little bit of chili powder. Smells amazing. I don't even know what it reminds me of. A lot. Ugh.
How much is a lot?
12 heads. We'll be right back. All right, we got our about 12 heads of garlic.
Cloves.
Sorry, 12 cloves of garlic, or about 1 head, whoops, of garlic in. Now, it says blend till chunky. So, we're just gonna pop this thing on the blender. A food processor is really your best friend when it comes to this kind of stuff. But let's lid on. Let's get to where do you say go? Less chunky than that.
Try using the pulse. You hold it.
My assistant. Ah! Yeah! Now that that's done, we're gonna mix up another little special something. We have another cup of these guys.
Cranberries.
Thank you. That's gonna go into this bowl. What else is gonna go into the bowl? Oh no, let's take a look at my falling recipe pack. 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. White wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons. 1/4 cup of brown sugar. That had no lid on. And that is exactly how you handle that.
Yes.
In. Alright, stir. It's like Gordon Ramsay's favorite word. Nice. Nice. Guys, so funny. Let's preheat that oven to 375. We're going to take our rosemary mixture, we're going to pour that on the bottom of our pan. We're going to do a kind of a thin-ish layer. Boom. Hand me that. Hand me that acting stick. We asked in the community board, when is it okay to start playing Christmas music? And Christy would play Christmas music all year if she could, but I don't let her. I'm kind of one of those Grinch guys. Christmas music after Thanksgiving, Christmas music stops. On New Year, I used to be really bad. Used to, like, day after Christmas, I'd stop listening to it. But I've softened up in my old age. Remember the rest of this? Goes over the top. Nice. Okay. Spread that around. Just use your hand. Your hand's already dirty from the chicken anyway. Then you're going to take your coated, soaking cranberries. Thank you. You just sprinkle these over the top. All over. Just like that. Okay? Remember that leftover rosemary? Dump that in there. Just like that. Throw those around.
You don't even peel the sticks off?
You don't peel them off, just like that. Remember why I said it looked like Christmas? Come take a look. Okay, this is going to bake in the oven for about an hour or so. Let's take a look. In the oven it goes. Bye-bye. This is my favorite part. Clean up. Okay, next up is going to be getting the Delicata Squash ready. But we're going to press pause on that, and we're going to do Harbor's cream cheese roll-up thing. I don't know exactly what it's called. What's it called?
Cream cheese pumpkin roll.
That one. So we're going to push this to the side just for a second and come back with that. Ready, set, let's go.
Now we got our pumpkin roll, and I'm going to roll it up with cream cheese. It is totally okay if it looks a little weird and sticks.
Wow. That was cool.
Got our cream cheese filling. This worked
Well,
amazingly. You want to give me some plastic wrap? I'm gonna wrap this up and put it in the fridge. I think I might want to.
in the fridge it goes.
Check that. At 6.
Okay, time to cut some squash. Delicata squash. One thing I've noticed is that they're very difficult to peel. Would you be so kind and give me your spoon?
Spoon? Do you want a big spoon?
Yes, please. Look at that guts. Think I can?
I wouldn't.
Try it.
We're pretty close. Super simple.
What?
Just cut. And done. Put this in the pan. A little bit of Earl.
There's no
Glug-a-glug. Boom. I do a little bit more because the squash likes the oil. I'm gonna turn that heat up just a smidge. All right, next step is gonna be salad and green beans. I'm gonna move the big pressure canner over out of the way so I can open up some stove space. We'll be right back. All right, next up is green beans. I got my knife guy here next to me. We're gonna trim up some green beans. Go ahead and hold those and give them a whack. Okay, you want to wait, watch your fingers. Hold on. Nope, don't chop them. Just want to cut them. Gentle, like that. Okay, and then turn this over. Hold them like that. Gentle, and then put those in the bowl. I sharpened it wrong. Nice. Alright, I think this is like a 2-pound green bean recipe. We're going to do half this bag, which I don't know how many pounds it is. We're going to get 2 meals out of these green beans. Alright, green beans. Oil in the pan. Put them on. Cover them up. Wait a sec. Yep. Cover them up. It's acting like a steamer. Salad prep time, whatever you want to call it. Kind of lost track of where. No, open it up. Yes, I'll hold it. Open it up, buddy. Salad in. Nice. Smells like lettuce.
Yeah, I can smell it. Can you hold it?
Hopefully it's
Alright,
awesome.
I'm gonna rinse it. Alright, let's wash off some grains.
Whoa. I'm gonna have time.
There's a mountain lion in the dude's driveway about a mile from here. There's a
Hey, you hungry? Is yours?
Just leave it open now.
large salad. Needs a large salad spinner. Here we go.
You said y'all.
Yeah, just a second. You can switch that. Alright, spin a salad. Alright. Alright, dump the salad.
this.
Dad's gonna do this one.
Aw.
Couple of these tomato medley guys.
Squishy one.
Green beans are cooking right along. Squash is cooking right along. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil. Like I said, that squash just soaks up all the oil. It's crazy.
Hey! No, you're not going to have the rest of the day.
All right, this is what we call our house salad, okay? It consists of whatever we got in the house. Usually it's just tomato, onion, the occasional nuts. I think I'm gonna put walnuts in this thing today.
And cherries.
Maybe a little bit of feta. Maybe
Cherries.
some dried cherries, because I seem to be getting the
Cherries.
thing.
Cherries.
My middle finger is the size of my other two.
We're having rosemary chicken? I love rosemary chicken.
Harbor? I'd like to add some walnuts to the house salad. I don't know how many. I'd say about...
Just until we see it in every single corner.
No.
Like that?
That's good right there.
That's what I meant. Like this. It's something that's
I'm gonna take some feta.
Can I?
Take a big chunk out of that. Okay.
Can I guess?
Yes, you may have one. Crumble that all over there.
This chunk?
Unfortunately, the chicken is nowhere near done. I made it last time, and it didn't cook in time. So it probably has like another half hour. So I'm gonna slow everything way
So we
down.
can keep watching this.
So these are getting brown, turn that down. These are getting brown, turn those down. Just gonna let these slow cook for another 15 minutes or so. I'm gonna add a little bit of balsamic vinegar, a little bit of coconut aminos, salt and pepper, and garlic.
I'm just rubbing the feta together. So
That's one way of doing that, I suppose. All right.
Now we're gonna make our homemade salad dressing. Today I'm gonna do a balsamic vinaigrette. To start that, I'm gonna add about a half a cup of balsamic vinegar, 2 tablespoons of Dijon, half a teaspoon of salt, pepper to your taste, about a teaspoon oregano. Okay. Your choice of oil, either avocado or olive. Today I'm using avocado oil. You can start with about a half a cup and then as you need it. The more you add, the thicker your dressing will be. See how liquidy? It's not that liquidy, but still. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more.
That's what you want?
That's what you want it to look like.
So about how much?
We added just under half a cup of oil.
Hey, let's check on that chicken.
Why? It's probably not done. Takes all night to cook.
Yeah, but we need to check on it anyway.
Okay.
Okay. That's what happens when you've been cooking all day. Woo! Woo!
Da 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 dee dee dee.
Okay, so the chicken didn't want to cook at 375. So for the last half hour, almost, probably like 20 minutes, I cranked this up to 415. And I'm really happy because check this out. It's kind of caramelized everything. And it looks really good, even though I don't like it. Christmas in a pot. Squash time! One of the things that I love about our food is all the color. I remember hearing somebody that said you want to eat the rainbow every day. So something blue, something orange, losing my pan. I love chicken thighs. So, whoa. That's really, really hot. Yellow over there.
I would not like
Red?
the wet. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Then for forks and everything,
Will do.
Salad.
now what we're gonna do at the table.
Okay, so what do you do?
Baby.
Does everyone love this?
Yeah.
No.
Mimi.
I love this.
The stuff that's
The cranberry chicken. Isn't it delicious?
Yeah.
I love it.
I just don't like the fact that I can't see
I'm
there's skin on here.
You did it in 2 gulps. No.
I got that on tape.
You got one on tape.
No.
The Mimi is picky.
Mimi does not like
Dad, can we get the salad?
Touche.
I am eating, skin and all.
Dad,
Unbegrudgingly, thank you. Dad's just not a fan. It's too sweet.
salad,
Dad doesn't
salad,
like sweet
salad,
stuff.
salad,
I
salad,
love the stuff on top of it?
Yeah.
What?
Harbor. I think it's time to unveil.
The dessert?
The salad needs to get eaten first.
That sounds like it eaten.
No.
I don't think so.
I think it needs to refrigerate overnight.
So, this is the pumpkin
It's delicious.
Cream cheese pumpkin roll.
cream cheese pumpkin roll. It's like a cinnamon roll with pumpkin. Kind of.
Not in any shape, way, or form.
Dad,
Mimi likes it.
you get some.
What?
Can I have some?
Yeah, you can have some, but I want you to eat some of your food first. Dad's trying to get his protein in.
Hold on, Dad said I have to eat some food.
No, that was insane, Mom.
I didn't mean to do that. I cut it into 8 pieces. Alright,
Okay.
who wants a bite of mine then? Me?
You don't get it. We're just. Now where did you get this?
Holy mackerel! I wasn't even looking. I didn't even turn the camera off.
Did you tweak it?
No, she ate it. She didn't tweak it. Goodness, woman.
I mean, I would like to put this in 2 quart jars.
Cool. 4 hours later, she was still stirring because it was too cold to mix in and integrate the honey. How's your dinner chore going? Alright, elderberry syrup is a Comstock clam favorite. We love elderberry syrup. Cool.
You guys can eat the honey.
After you're done with your dinner chore, give that to me.
Mom, a spoonful?
I will take it out.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, date and label your jars.
Hey, Harbor, would you be willing to get this?
Canning is done. How's it look? Chicken noodle soup. Oh boy. Scaling mountains, Shira. Oh yeah, these jars. Yes, it's crazy. That just blows my mind. Like, this is just the craziest thing. Come on, focus. And look at that. No. What do you think?
So, I think I figured out the trick for the superb candy lids.
Don't let Kevin do it.
Don't let Kevin do it. Number 1, slow coming to pressure. Number 2, making sure your rings are tight enough. I think that the 4 jars don't need to be anywhere near as tight as the superb, and I think it has something to do with the sturdiness of the superb lid. So that's my assessment. Not professional at all.
Cool.
Totally amateur.
Alright, we're gonna finish banging out some cleanup work and then we're gonna go read and have a cup of tea tonight.
Set it up.
Alright, we are hanging out in the bedroom. And I did not film making tea. But Harbor made a quote unquote sleepy time type tea, which has
It is a go to bed tea.
yes.
It has lavender, chamomile, and I don't know, she was debating what we were gonna put in it.
I think lemon balm.
Did she do lemon
I
bulb?
think. Leave that there, please.
Can I be excused?
Yes. Home brew. We're reading Little House on the Prairie.
keep on waiting.
We
to
read
hear-
The Little House in the Big Woods already, and now we're on this guy. We like to rotate through the types of books. Put on the fireplace. We like to rotate through the books of different variety.
I love this tea. It reminds me of the book of
Yeah, this is reading tea.
It's reading
It's
tea.
reading
yeah, reading tea.
And she's not paid to do that. Which book does it remind you of, Lyndon?
Wagons race to the edge.
No. Families of Robinson.
Okay.
Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah, it tastes
I really miss. I wish there was a second book.
Could I look back?
We could read it again. We could read the unabridged version.
Yeah. No, the same one.
Oh, watch it again.
Yummy.
Two stout doors. Laura felt a soft warmth on her face and opened her eyes into the morning sunshine. Mary was talking to Ma by the campfire. Laura ran outdoors, all bare inside her nightgown. There were no wolves to be seen. There's a lot of bellies.
And
Thank
here.
you so much for joining us for our How We Used It video for the month of November. Can't talk. I'm tired.
Rock and roll. Lyndon, say goodnight.
Good night.